Devo, though, that's like actually a pretty interesting pick, especially for a second pick for
Yeah,
Devo for these guys.
I think Devo is of course going to go to Boxy because
Yeah.
he's the only like he loves playing that hero. I think. I mean, who doesn't in the end? Everyone picks Devo once in a while.
hmm
But yeah,
Does it actually? I know it does it for Valkyrie arrows, but does it tell you like your misses and your hits with the
yeah,
hook?
it does.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Is it
I love
though?
that.
Because then
I
you can
know
finally realize how
it's
bad you are at hooking
depressing.
people.
Yeah, it's depressing at the same time. That's so true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Drunken Master, not your typical second pick either.
yeah,
Oh
that's
man,
different.
Quincy.
Well, so Drunken, when we do see him, yeah, again, his stats not pretty, but hell, even Devo stats, wow, just not pretty. But Drunken Master, he's actually a pretty good counter to a Swiftblade because he's all that physical. So there is that logic there at least.
There's that logic, but then there's also the logic that Swiftblade has higher win percentage versus Drunken than
I mean,
Drunken
it's
does
still
versus
Swiftblade in
Swiftblade.
the end. So,
Yeah, true.
but
But
Riftwalker,
if you want to go for a true counter to Swiftblade, you can pick a Pandemonium. Ooh,
yeah,
that's gonna be great.
that's true.
Even that Armadon, to be honest. Also a great thing versus Swiftblade, you'll just keep on spinning through Magic Community.
Oh, they're right. Clicking the Armadon, so possibly on the thought of doing it, but I know that they have ran it before. Riftwalker, though, coming out here.
I mean, another hero that Root of Z maybe plays. I don't know. I haven't really seen him play it or anything. Don't know how good he is at it. And that was trolling, yeah, sarcastic.
I would hope so. I would hope
Yeah, you'd hope so. I mean, he's mentioned in that big play thing every single time, I
Yeah.
think, where he gets the hat trick. Yep.
Yeah, he's made some pretty amazing plays with that hero.
Andromeda, nice versus Devourer. I think you can still swap out the people being eaten,
Yeah.
even though they're immobilized. You can just swap them out. So that works out. Also, pretty nice versus Swiftblade. If you time it correctly, then the Swift Slashes immediately gets cancelled because he has no one to jump to for a second. But if you do it too early, then it'll just kill Andromeda.
Yeah, that's about that perfect timing territory there.
Yeah,
They pick it up when they already have the Moira, though. So again, is this going to now be that Suicide Moira, or is it actually going to be a dual support here?
I think it's
Find
going to
out.
be a Suicide Moira.
All
That's
right.
that's just what I'm guessing. I mean, Moira as a second support, I feel that it's wasted on being a second support, but
hmm
then again, it's also wasted on being a suicide. I really think the only role that it should play is full support, and then
Well,
only in lineups where Moira does a lot of work.
yeah, and that's the idea of like the Sandray style, the fade that we've been seeing recently, the very gotcha. Like all of a sudden they're just going to be on top of you, and she's great in that. But when we first saw Moira, to be fair, Boxy suicide. I mean, that's where Moira actually started to come on the scene, and then eventually transitioned into more of a support, and that's what she's now known as a true support. I guess that my point is, I mean, even though starting there doesn't necessarily make it like it's still a good thing, but I could see the potential at least that it is good. Again, it still accomplishes the idea that with the ephemeral forge can gank for you pretty well, despite being at the suicide role lane there. So, but this lineup's already not feeling like a. I mean, there's still two more picks, so we'll see. But
Yeah. But my reasoning with Moira is that how much more does he do at suicide than he does at, full support? Because in the end, you technically pretty much only need level 7, and then you have all that the hero needs, because that W, even at level 1, is annoying enough. And then there's the Ephemeral Forge, which does increase in range when you do level it up, but as a full support, you're going to be roaming around anyways. And then Shards of Harken is the only thing that I would really say has a difference to it, because it's a lot of burst damage along with a lot of stun. But you do mention how Boxy did start it off with the Suicide Moira, but how effective was that in comparison to the full support Moira?
not as effective.
Yeah, so
Saw a
that's the point
few
I'm trying to
times,
make.
but yeah, it's no doubt. I mean, she just shines better in the support role. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, again, we'll have to wait and see if they do it. It's not 100% guaranteed just yet. It could be that secondary support, but even that, as you're talking about, it's not necessarily
yeah.
the most efficient.
I mean, Riftwalker suffers from the opposite, rather. Like, if you give Riftwalker a bit of farm as a semi-support rather than a full support, he's going to do a lot more because those levels, each one of those levels makes his burst so much higher. So, yeah, if they do the pulling Riftwalker, which, in my opinion, and I think your opinion as well, she should go into the woods and, do that pulling thing because level 3 early on that hero, you can gank, you can farm,
Yeah.
you can do so much. And then level 6 is just around the corner, and you'll completely wreck the Hellborn team. Like, I've seen games where Root of Z just out-levels his mid during that jungle pulling phase, and then he could even transition it over into, like, a dual mid in case he's being pressured too much. But, yeah, Riftwalker is just one of those heroes that has the look of a support, but really needs some farm. Some levels, at least.
What? Oh my god, that's so weird.
No. Fusin plays jungle. He used to play jungle.
I don't believe you.
You should. Because Fusin did used to play jungle before I think he got joined with Root of Z and his entire crew, which, believe me, is way before anything ever. Quincy, confirming it. There we go.
That doesn't say much.
But yeah, so Fusin did used to play jungle, so it is going to look like a full support Riftwalker, not a support Swiftblade, luckily.
Okay. So a jungle Ophelia in the hands of BMG again. The new look Bad Monkey Gaming is clearly what we're seeing here today, and it's interesting knowing again with the one more qualifier coming up. Is this going to be something that they continue with going into the weekend, or is this maybe just more of a having fun with it now, seeing how it works against Team DsBn here? But they're up 2-0, so obviously in a pretty good spot. But again, there is benefit to sweeping the series, other than just simply being done with it as soon as possible. But you get that $200 bonus on top of that, so some nice little extra money on the line right here. Yeah, it does seem like it's a little bit of jerkiness to the server, so we'll see. They're going to give it just a little bit of time here. But are they heading towards Kongor? They wouldn't actually do Kongor, would they? I doubt it. Let's see. No, they're not going to go into the Kongor pit. And it's probably pretty good because you see BMG in the area ready to scout it out as well.
I think they're just trying to, ward off Ophelia's camps.
Uh-oh. Master of Arms in a bad spot right here. Shards of Harkon got a stun, and all of a sudden he's in a lot of trouble. Torture chasing him down. There's a Torrent on top of that. Torture pops the impalement. So no stun from him, but yeah, a lot of damage as a result, and the Bloodlust kill coming out for Teltuk right there, playing the Torturer. So yeah, I was expecting the stun, but no, he went the impalement, but that's a lot of damage at level 1, as we saw there.
Yeah, especially on one target, and then you also have the negative armor coming out from the Torrent. I mean, I have a feeling that Kraken's gonna, unless Kraken ends up going middle. Okay, no. Kraken has some regen, so he's going to be 1v1 top, so then Torrent doesn't really matter, because he's going to get, his charge in due time. He's not against, like, a difficult lane or anything. I would say that Swiftblade can't spin him down at level 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, and, yeah, I do believe that server issues are quite prevalent.
Are they actually going to be remaking here? Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that. Yeah, I mean, they were even talking about it before. I was surprised we didn't see a pause beforehand, but also then Bloodlust kill happened. So we'll see what they decide to do here. You see there, even BMG's offering, we could just feed you the Bloodlust and let it be done with.
I think that's fair, to be honest, though. Like, they caught him fair and square. He died.
Yeah, that wasn't necessarily lag, at least from what we could see. That was just simply getting caught in the jungle. And that happened. So, but these lanes are definitely interesting, though. With that said, that's how they've shaped up here. It's going to be tri versus tri lane at the bottom. That's always fun.
Semi-tri lane with
pseudo tri lane,
Ophelia. Yeah.
So would you benefit DsBn then?
No. I mean, look at the woods.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you would benefit DsBn.
I mean, I would benefit DsBn. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I was like, Natsume, who's that? Okay, yeah, I can even see it right now. The jerkiness of the server is
it's
a bit bad.
I'm surprised that they haven't paused it yet. Again, seems pretty bad. I mean, maybe it's worse for us. Yeah, it's clearly bad.
I mean, this gives BMG the opportunity though to switch their lanes around and just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna put you solo bottom and then deal with it.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna have a remake here. Again, I'm sure they'll just make it all pick. Hopefully they do, but so I guess they're gonna feed them the bloodlust, and we'll go from there. This is the one other time we've had it actually. Speaking of DreamHack, there's that one DreamHack a while ago where
Yeah.
Nova for Q Squad happened to have a remake game, and he ended up doing the same thing where just ran to the bottom lane, gave them bloodlust kills. So it's going to be entertaining to see how they
Um.
execute this.
Yeah. But now Torture is not gonna be missing any mana. Ooh.
That's true. Yeah, that changes
Oh.
everything.
Yeah, it changes absolutely everything.
Well, I mean, he used mana so early on that I didn't even
It
notice.
doesn't matter.
I'm
It
pretty
was.
sure it was
Yeah.
regen. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's just being picky and maybe even trolling. I'm sure, but join now. Okay, so it looks like we might have a new one up. Is that the new one? Let's see if we can get in.
It's US East.
Is it really? What the
Oh
hell?
God, these people. I'm just gonna leave that game because it's US East.
They made
Oh,
it
now
US East.
Patty joined new game.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah, the Jedi Bounty League, unfortunately, it's not with the Han Tour lobby. It's the public game, so we have to rely on the players coming through for us.
Rely on the players.
I know. That's something.
What is that?
Okay.
Never
so
heard
the new
about
one's
that.
up, so I'll switch it over, guys, once the match actually starts here. But how have you been enjoying patch 3.7 so far, by the way?
Um, there's some things that I like and some things that I absolutely despise. Like the Meraxes buff, I really enjoy that buff because, yeah, he's really viable now and he's a lot of fun to play because you're like, oh, if I get that fourth axe on him, he's gonna get immobilized.
Hmm.
And then there's also the heroes where I'm like, please don't pick it, please don't pick it. And that comes down to the whole Hellbringer Waltzel. And although Hellbringer did get toned down a bit, okay, well, new game again.
Yeah, make a
Um,
new one, yeah.
is it?
Maybe. Soon.
Yeah, maybe. But Waltzel is absolutely horrible.
Yeah,
He farms like he's the fastest jungler right now. He outfarms a Legionnaire.
it's ridiculous.
That
I
yeah.
played it for the first time yesterday, actually, because I've been seeing all the hype about it, and he's just I just personally don't care for the hero, but with the changes, of course, trying him out, and I was like, wait, this is a thing? I'm killing jungles so fast. And
Yeah.
then the gank potential's ridiculous now too. I mean, I know people were talking about like, oh, entangling Vine, we're gonna miss that. It's gonna hurt us ganking. And early on, it's like, no, no. You get 300 physical damage AOE every like what 3 seconds. It feels like, and that slows them
Yeah.
on top of that. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about missing on entangling roots RNG.
And then,
Oh,
when you're caught in a bad spot, you'll just get 25% lifesteal or more. Like I don't even know how it's working, but he's getting so much lifesteal. I've had games where I'm playing the Wild Soul because I'm like, okay, I want to try it out. Let's see how it does. Where I just YOLO into a tower, not care about it because the damage is getting redirected to my bear, and then I just lifesteal it all back on a hero, even with him auto attacking. And I'm like, this isn't normal.
yeah. To touch up on that, guys, by the way, Waza did announce a couple days ago on his stream, I guess it was. Yeah, Wild Soul's going to be getting some nerfs here very shortly. I don't know exactly when it's going to be happening, but it's not going to be the next balance patch will take care of it. It's going to be more of the immediate future. So again, I don't have an exact date by any means myself, but it's going to be happening here shortly. So you mentioned Hellbringer already got toned down a little bit. I think it's more so they're just trying to figure out exactly what they want to do as far as toning it down, because you don't want to overreact at the same time. But yeah, clearly something needs to be done to the hero.
Yeah,
He's in agreement with
exactly.
that.
You don't want something to happen like what happened to Midas when he was first released. He was a great hero, and then they nerfed him to the ground and he was never seen again.
Hmm.
But now he's gone more buffs again and he's back. Same thing kind of happened with Rally, where at the start he got all that damage from his E, had
Oh yeah.
great laning presence because of that, and now, well, you don't see him as much. I mean, I know Teltic plays it, and I've played it in the past as well, but it just doesn't have the same oomph as, let's say, a Magnus, a Kraken, those very strong competitive heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's definitely been several heroes that have gone through that that phase there of being strong initially, then kind of dying out because of some nerfs that happened to them for a long time. But
Yeah, I would personally like to see Lodestone get a bit more of a buff again. He has like he has mana issues right now, and it feels like he has quite a lot of difficulty. Fusen.
Well, Lodestone I've always thought is just always really good burst from Lodestone. He still brings that to the table, but yeah, so you're just a little bit concerned on those mana issues.
And also the fact that it's very unreliable to hit anything until you have a PK. And
yeah,
I mean, the Magmus stun is instant. With Lodestone, you first have to shoot a rocket drill, and it doesn't stun for as long. Of course, there's the slow, but like the hero has his uses. Like in a 1v1 lane, he's really strong, but that would always be on the long lane for him, because you're not going to put him short lane either. So I feel like the hero needs like some kind of a change to make him deal a bit more damage without, losing it out on mana or anything. So I'm thinking if they could change the Lodestone plates to maybe reflect some of the damage, that maybe could be an idea. But enough about that.
Lodestone, a hero that you clearly like. I want to see changed a little bit, but
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see about moving forward here. But Waz again, he's made it very clear that this is just the first of several big balance patches to come, guys. It's like pretty much every hero is going to get some kind of addressing done, whether it's a little bit of a rework or some decent changes. So expect that. Okay, here we go with the trying to see what it is. Oh, this is what happened last time. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Digo Immolate, or not Immolate.
Only now everybody got hit by the by the Forked Lightning. Oh no, guys, and everybody got hit by the Cascade event.
We remake, he says.
Penny didn't use Q.
That's true. Penny didn't use his Q. No, he did. All right. Anyways, so having some fun there, but. Getting the Bloodlust, so now into the lanes once again we go. Again, last game you'll notice as well, Team DsBn, like you mentioned, they blocked 3 of the different camps. They're only going to block, or did they block 3, or was it only 2 camps the first game?
I think they blocked 3, but now they moved the ward a bit. But I mean, I'm still curious as to why they're like not blocking the other hard camp. There's another rev ward in the shop, I'm pretty sure, that they could have used for that, because then Ophelia's farm gets completely gimped. Although Ophelia does have 2 rev wards. So maybe that's not going to be the case. He also brought along his winged courier.
Yeah, let's just see both teams, both teams maybe taking advantage of the remake there a little bit. Have a couple of minor changes here with the ward placements and the rev
no.
wards.
They realized that the tri-lane was going to happen, so as you said, minor changes. Swiftblade suddenly has a Logger's Hatchet instead of 3 minor totems. So I wonder why that happened.
Gee, good insight there from him. Yeah, Again, it is what it is. Obviously, life moves on. Just a little bit of poking at it, but not the biggest in the world. So, but again, this goes back to now that we're actually seeing the game here develop. At the bottom lane, Devo Riftwalker. In fact, they're going to be double stunned right here, but. Devo's a little too tanky. He's playing that new Pac-Man skin, Devo. But actually, Ophelia's coming in with the Cabin Champion. Stomp on a Torch. Torch is in trouble. Devo hook. He just got it right there. He's going to line it up. Oh, he goes for Andro, actually. I thought he was going to go for Torch. He goes for Andromeda. But now Devour is dropping low himself. Torch trying to finish him off. The Impalement's going to do that right there. Look at that Impalement damage. So much happening. A couple more auto attacks later, and Riftwalker's down. What a turn.
Yeah, that was like key moment to turn it, and Andromeda did almost fall in the background to the Ophelia, but yeah, as I said in the previous game that they remade, DsBn has the edge in this game, has the edge in this tri-lane. Like, they have 3 ranged heroes, all with a stun, and then there's the impalement damage. Like, what is the Legion side going to do?
Yeah, so BMG, what do they do? I mean, knowing now, especially, this is definitely a disadvantage for them. You do see the rev wards. I don't know. That is in range. It's just a matter of being able to get it, though. Fusion's having a lot of trouble, man, as far as that's concerned.
Yeah.
But
he's just gonna have to go to that Skeleton King.
Yeah. But I guess they're kind of committed to this, though, right? They have to keep Devo Riftwalker here, or really don't have a choice.
I mean, you're not. Are you gonna really consider getting a lot of farm on Devo anyways. Like, technically all he needs is, well, farm is nice, of course. Farm on every hero is nice, but he's still going to do quite a lot even without the gold. He just needs the levels. And Balthazar actually middle.
Wow, missed that unfortunately,
Yeah.
but that's a big kill. First one of the game for BMG happening, but managing to pick off Drunken Master right there. I mean, no doubt it's not a friendly matchup for Drunken Master, but I don't know, can't say I saw a kill coming.
Yeah, I think Moa is pretty strong with his new red skill. It immobilizes for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I think even at level 1. I'm not sure right now because you can't see it. Yeah, those changes on Master of Arms, like if you look at the stat gain, he turns a bit more into a support in terms of stats, but people have been running him as a carry because of the, yeah, I guess the change to the charge shot, it being super long ranged and such. But I don't know, I think the hero should be stronger as a support now, because he can so easily gank. Similar to a Myrmidon, only now, you know, Master of Arms has 650 range and 800 range on his stun.
Yeah.
So
Kind of
I
ridiculous.
don't really like how they're running him as a carry. But maybe that's just personal preference over anything else.
Yeah, it does seem like, yeah, the times we have seen him now with this rework happening, that that has been the role more so than supports. Hook at the bottom lane. Gonna miss right there, pretty much up to the uprise, not even close. And actually, Torture is trying to make them pay. He's running in with the stun chance, but can't really find the angle.
I mean, he already has Steam Boots. He has 400 GPM in this Torture.
Yeah, he does, jeez.
We've seen what that can do. When last time I cast, Make was actually playing the Torturer and had 500 GPM, repeatedly killing the Swiftblade Suicide, if you remember. And, I mean, it does a lot of work, but in the end, they lost the game. And as I'm talking too much.
That was just also well played by Mora. She actually, I don't even know if that was on purpose or not, but angled the illusion pretty much in front of Devour, who was trying to save his teammate with the hook, and instead it got the illusion of Mora. So that was just, again, probably just well played more so on this part.
There's so much you can do with that illusion as well. Like, you see someone trying to run away in juke spots, you can just block that juke spot with the illusion. And looking at top lane,
oh, somebody's going to die here. The charge to get away. Maybe nobody's going to die. He's going to be fine. As they both get very low, though.
They needed to outplay each other very heavily in that situation for either one to get the kill. I mean, Swiftblade needed to dodge the Kraken ultimate, and, you know, Griefix just needed to out-mind play the Swiftblade at the same time. It's really difficult to do, but Kraken at least had the charge to get away because he screwed up his ultimate.
Yeah.
Or let's just say Swiftblade dodged it.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit of both, perhaps, but
yeah, but you can expect him to move once you hear the release the Kraken. So
of course,
yeah.
Also,
and he wants to keep his spin on you, so yeah, you can predict, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, he hits level 6. There's that good information that he's probably going to be looking for that in the near future. So Devo's just doing his best to kind of hug nearby to leech experience here, but obviously when it comes to actual farm, not a whole lot of that happening. And Ophelia, I thought she might have been running over to maybe try something again, but nope, just going to continue to farm for the meantime. Now there's a Rev ward here that would spot her coming over. Not a ward of sight necessarily, but enough vision. Ooh, Hasted Andromeda running middle, but actually turns around at the last second. I guess Master was just too far back. Yeah, I probably saw that coming with the ward of sight there.
Also, he has his ultimate, so he's going to be able to mitigate a lot of damage.
That's true, yeah. Again, you use that in the blue now. And the red's more of the speed buff.
I mean, I see the reason for it, because blue is more the support option, but did it really matter that much?
Well,
I think the other changes are more significant.
I think it kind of did. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously that's definitely more significant, but it kind of did just for the practicality of, you know, having this. A lot of the times you find yourself in the blue form, as actually Kraken is going to get picked off there. As Swiftblade, the Swift Slashes. The charge, I believe, got stalled or stopped a lot sooner than he wanted it to. And, yeah, ends up getting picked off.
He kind of got griefed by the creeps, in a way, because he charged into them, and then he was stuck in them, which let the Swiftblade catch up with his ultimate. So that's really unfortunate for him.
Yeah. Good turn onto him. Um,
Yep.
Focusing back on Torture again, continuing to have a very good time. Is this an icon game, you think? Just get that icon of the goddess here. As again, they're going to go for this kill. Riftwalker again, the hook. Look at Moira just standing in front of the hook area. And actually, ultimately, Moira not going to do enough to help get the kill. And now Devourer, he wants that hook. Still has an opportunity for it. Ophelia running in. There's the hook on a Torture. The perfect target gets the kill shortly after. Well played as a team. And now Moira in trouble herself. Shards of Harkon helping. Andromeda gets a combo set at the last second. Just out of range of taking down. But no, it's not going to be enough. Decay to follow him. And he gets the kill on Andromeda as well. So working out pretty well for BMG. And it's working further as Drunken Master goes down. Oh, well, I guess it was an exchange there. Master of Arms also did fall in the end. Moira, is he actually going to escape here?
He does have mana for the TP when he uses mana battery. But, yeah, he should just TP ASAP. Unless he's just going to waste a lot of their time.
Yeah, that's what he's doing, really.
Good job. Actually, not to port because Boxy tried to hook into that little juke spot. So, good choice by him.
So going back to Torture, though, now that all that's happened, does he need to get the icon here, you think, and that makes the most sense?
It's also possible for him to get a tablet, specifically versus the Swift Blade Spin and the Devour ulti, so I can easily cancel it without actually wasting a stun on it, because that stun does a lot of work if you manage to find more than one target in it, and he gets hooked.
That's troublesome. Devo Skin Man, the sound it makes, just the 8-bit. Anyways, yeah, easy kill on the Torturer there, as he does land the hook, as we pointed out. So
either way, he needs an item that'll increase the survivability. So I think both are viable, tablet and icon.
Okay.
And I would personally prefer seeing the tablet initially and then moving towards maybe an icon. I know that there's the whole idea that you can snowball with an icon, of course, but tablet just has a lot of utility in this game, and on top of that, they also have a Drunken Master who does do some physical damage, and, you know, a Kraken who has 316 GPM, so he doesn't have to solo carry.
yeah, but kind of going back to the Torturer too, he's all the way down to 310 GPM and even getting a little bit less. And this is a Torturer that was upwards of 400 gold per minute for a good amount. He had the Steam Boots very early on, but back-to-back deaths have really slowed that down. And you mentioned the Drunken Master, at least physical presence from him, but you look at his farm too, 180 gold per minute. He hasn't been able to find really anything, and that's really been a 1v1 matchup for the most part. So maybe a little surprising even.
Yeah, technically he can dodge the stun from the Master of Arms with his E, but Master of Arms is one of those underrated mid heroes in the sense that he can just stick down his acid on the floor and then the other hero is forced to move away. And Drunken Master actually dodging the stun and going in the Moa now, but Invis is going to save him.
That's good that he had that ruined up or bottled up more. So Swiftblade chasing the Swift Slashes, but by the time he did, the wave was there. And now Swiftblade, he is on the run. Kraken doesn't have enough mana, though, for his ultimate. If he had the 150 mana right there, perhaps set up something. Master of Arms running it with the Invis. It should probably be a kill. Yeah, he could probably tower that this pretty easily. There's the Immobilize. In comes the Goo. And a couple of auto attacks later gets the kill. So good pursuit by Baltazar there.
That's a real blow to them, though. Why are you here? But that's a real blow to them because Kraken was doing decently enough. I mean, Swiftblade really shouldn't have 400 GPM versus a Kraken. I think Kraken has a decent enough time, but then we come back to the fact that getting griefed by the creeps when charging is not fun. So.
Yep. That hurts as well. So yeah, he is leading the way, but Master of Arms also following closely. 360 gold per minute now, has his own Energizer. Stacking the Energizers here a little bit. That's always been, you know, the discussion of that, whether that actually makes sense or not, but
I mean, in this case, we could have had an Abyssal instead of an Energizer on the Swiftblade.
Yeah.
He has the farm for it.
Oh, nice hook right there to save him. Also, the Defensive Master's Call coming out now. Swiftblade running in with the spin off to the side. Torture finding himself in kind of the mess as well. They get the kill on a Kraken. Swiftblade looking for more. The Riftwalker wormhole lands. Andromeda feeling the stun from that, and very likely going to fall shortly after. Final auto attack finishes him off. Drunken Master Untouchable is up, but the hook hits Moira instead. And Moira now trying to get away. The Shards of Harkon will save him initially, but Ophelia's going to cut him off. And down goes Moira. as well. So now look at the momentum. It's added up big time for BMG once again. Well in their favor. You even see GG well played being called out here. So another case, I mean, it wasn't looking horribly by any means, but it just all of a sudden turns on, and then it seems like it's just that.
Yeah, I mean,
BMG.
I really think this band could have done better in their tri lane, not allowing the... Okay, this is out of control.
What is he even doing this team?
Right?
The
Is
first
he gonna pay
tower's
for it?
still up.
Yeah, he's gonna pay for it with his life at least. Oh man, but Boxy really turned that tri lane around with his hooks.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. I mean, Torture was sitting at a comfortable 400 GPM, and that has dropped to a 300 GPM. So, credit to Boxy there for that. Supports, of course, doing well. Like, Fusen managed to farm 300 GPM now on an Ophelia, which is not not an easy feat to accomplish. He did waste a lot of time early game, and it's only 13 minutes into the game, and they've only pushed one tower. So that 300 GPM, quite well played by Fusen.
Yeah. Bottom lane
For sure.
Kraken. He's going to try to escape. Oh, he stops running, actually, as Ophelios running in. And that may cost him his life in the end. Yep, slow comes out. He's going to be able to charge away and will be fine. But I'm not sure if he's communicating with the team or something, but all of a sudden he just stopped and allowed them to kind of catch up to him. So takes a lot of damage. Top tower going down in the process. Make and Mighty Marcus, he has stepped up big time. The Abyssal Skull is just about finished. So it kind of goes back to that idea that could have had that first instead of an Energizer, but chose to get the Energizer at least. And now has the Abyssal Skull on top of that.
I gotta say the cooldown on Riftwalker's ultimate is rather short for the amount that it can do. It's 90 seconds at level 1, and it only decreases when he levels it up.
Yep.
It's a really nice hero in that regard, and bottom lane.
Oh, here we go. The wormhole being channeled. He does it so perfectly every damn time. Torture goes down, Kraken falls, and Drunken Master barely going to live, it looks like, but not going to be the same for Moira as she'll be picked up. Drunken is able to dodge the hook at least to survive. But again, Bad Monkey Gaming just rolling them over. Close series indeed, not really. GG well played, it looks like. It is going to become official here in just a matter of seconds. And that means Bad Monkey Gaming going to go 3-0 here in this series. And they get their first series victory at least in the end. So congratulations to them. That's got to be a good feeling, and knowing at least they're in competition here now to move on. Nothing's guaranteed yet. Nullstone, they're the only team that's secure so far. Other than them, everyone still has to definitely compete, but at least they picked up a win here. As far as DsBn's concerned, again, they're using the ringers, clearly just not there, and this does mean they're very likely out of playoff contention, pending some crazy results. So.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about that series other than the fact that the first game they played seriously, like complete, focus. Second game, they should have won that game due to the draft. But third game, I mean, in the end, it didn't really look like they were trying anymore. And it's unfortunate, really, for the viewers as well as us, actually, because we're not casting such an interesting series.
Mm-hmm.
But there were some fun moments to watch, like that wormhole at the end by Rudo Z, doing the big plays, positioning it perfectly to hit 3 heroes on top of a Swiftlet spin. Like, what else do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it was it was a mediocre series. I'm gonna give it that.
Gonna be real here, just
Gonna
a
be real.
mediocre series, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, I feel you. It's definitely a little unfortunate, but in the end, it is what it is, obviously. So team disband again, going to be 0-2, and hopefully they can have their full roster not only in the next series here, their final series, the Deadeye Bounty League, but especially with this weekend. Again, the DreamHack qualifiers. There's only one more qualifier left, and 8 teams going to be competing at it, and they are one of those teams that most certainly has a shot. So we'll see how that shapes up there, but. For this event here for today, so it is going to come to a conclusion, fairly quickly, especially for a best of the 5 planned series. Just over a couple of hours here is all that was needed in the end. So, but as far as coverage goes, guys, with that said, Han is going to be we're here on Honcast at least. We got coverage every day all the way through Sunday, and what I mean by that, so tomorrow actually. we're going to be coming back, and tomorrow's going to be more of a fun event. It's not going to be this necessarily a serious event. Tomorrow we're doing another celebration of Haunt-iversary, and actually we're going to be having a competition of sorts, a 5 versus 5 best set of 5 competition that's going to involve several people from the Frostburn Studios as well as some pro players. In fact, there's an article on Hancho.com, including. Are you part of it? You are. That's right. Yeah, you're on Team Waza.
Versus you, Berkey.
Oh my God, that's gonna be. You are screwed. You are screwed. Yeah, so that's again. There's an article on Hancho.com, guys. You can check it out. It's Team Breaky, myself. Yeah. Course, going up against Team Waza. Myself, it's myself, Milkfat, Root of Z, Baba Ganoush, and Nier. And we're going up against Waza, Ace Jr., Crack A, Probusk, and Shorecan here. So it should be easy for us, basically.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm getting at here. No, that should be a lot of fun. So again, it's going to be best of 5, but we're going to be playing some Capture the Flag, some Rift War, some Blitz mode, and if it comes to it, we may finish on a Force Cadavar to determine the true champion. But so it's all about having fun tomorrow. It's going to be a point of view stream for myself tomorrow. Also, maybe might have another person doing from a spectator point of view, but it'll be fun. You want to tune in for that with giveaways as usual, stuff like that. Behind the scenes stuff. I'll be doing it from the office, so. I get a chance to talk with some people behind the scenes, and those are always just a good time. So that's at 12 p.m. Eastern, 18.